Welcome to Prescott's Animal Corner. It's a new show where we're going to be focusing on our four-legged, our two-legged, and sometimes even no-legged friends here in the Prescott area. Hey everyone, Rob Milligan here, and welcome back to Prescott's Animal Corner, the show where we focus on our four-legged, two-legged, and sometimes no-legged friends. Now, we are back here at the Prescott Heritage Park Zoo, and as you can see, it is the birthdays of both Shash and Gus bear. Now, Gus is turning 6 years old, and Shash, very much like our camera person and editor, Emma, turns 24. So we thank you for joining us, and let's get to the festivities. So we're here at Shash's cage, and I've got Diane, Keeper Diane here. And Diane, it's really great to be celebrating these two's birthdays, but tell us a little bit about like Shash Bear first.
Well, Shash is actually going to be 24 today, so we're celebrating his birthday. He's been with us since he was 3 months old, so he's one of our longer residing residents. Unfortunately, when he was a baby, his mom was shot by a hunter, and he was an orphan, and that's very challenging for a bear. They really learn everything they need to know about being a bear from their mom, and they'll stay with their mom for up to 2 years learning that. So he didn't have that time spent with his mom to be able to know how to be a bear, so he wouldn't be able to compete with the wild bears out in the wild. So he came here to live with us, and he's been here with us ever since.
What kind of food does he normally eat and stuff?
Well, bears are omnivorous, meaning they're going to eat plant matter as well as animal matter.
So I shouldn't jump in the cage?
Not a good idea.
Okay.
He might find you quite tasty. It's hard to say. They only eat about 10% of their diet is meat, though. The rest of it is plant matter. So they're spending a lot of their days foraging, searching for food, looking for berries and nuts and things. They'll eat grass. They eat a lot of things off trees. They'll dig up tubers in the ground. If they can find fish, they'll eat it, but they will also eat carcasses. If they find a deer carcass or something lying, they'll eat that as well to survive. So a lot of their day is spent searching for food. Okay, and donuts apparently. I hear Shash loves donuts. I believe Outlaw Donuts made the bear claw for Shash, and we were there this morning and got all the footage and got to talk to them and got to kind of get behind the scenes of like what goes on in making a 9-inch bear claw. It's huge.
So enjoy. We're here at Outlaw Donuts. I'm here with Anthony, and we are going to now make the bear claw that we will be giving to Shash Bear. So, Anthony, let's reveal this thing. And
so what we have here is our raised day dough. We put it under our bag so that it rises and the air doesn't get to it.
Wow, that is now. How much dough is this approximately?
This is about an 8.5 pounds.
8.5 pounds?
Yeah, so a normal full dough would be 17 pounds, so this would be like a half.
So are we going to use this entire thing to make the bear claw?
We're going to do half bear claw, half round.
Oh, okay. Cool. So what do we, I'll let you...
So right now it's pretty much full of air, and what we're going to do is pretty much take it like this, drop it, and get all that air out of it. Right, take some flour so that the two sides won't stick to each other. So what we will do now is fold this over like that. This is pretty much an industrial size rolling pin. All of our dough pretty much goes through here. And you can adjust the size right there.
So now what is it doing here? It's flattening it?
Yeah, so now we're gonna get like about a half an inch of dough through this.
Ooh.
pretty much takes all the elbow grease out of rolling it out.
Yeah, this is, in the olden days, you would have to like roll it with a pin, right?
Right, and we have those, and we do those, but it's usually after this portion. We will then get our water and our cinnamon. Reason we use water is because cinnamon without water is cinnamon on the table. Cinnamon with water is cinnamon on the bear claw.
What are you doing right here?
I'm gonna make a square out of this portion. So this is all gonna be extra stuff that we really don't need. So we make it kind of like a rectangle right here because this part's gonna fold over, and that's at the stage that we're about to do right now. So we'll kind of just stretch it out like that. When you cut the front like that, what it does is it pinches the fingers down. So we're about to cut fingers, but with this portion, it's sealed right here. So when we put it in the fryer, you don't have fingers just flying all over the place. They'll be like pretty much stuck down. And now you have your 4 fingers. Now it's on the tray. So here are our proof boxes. We then take our tray and bring it in here. And what this does is the tray full of water at the bottom creates humidity and heat so that it causes the dough to re-rise. So what we did over there is we flattened it and flattened it some more, built our product, put it in here. You'll see it rise in the shape that we created. And then once it's done at the point to where it's fully risen, we'll place it on the rack and then let it sit for a couple minutes, and then we'll throw it in the fryer. I think our bear claw is just about ready to be pulled out. It actually is. So you can tell it's a whole lot bigger than when we last did it. Everything has kind of risen and stretched out to the sides. So what we're gonna do is, this is like really moist, soft dough. It's kind of like Jell-O. So we're gonna put it on the rack and it's gonna sit for about 15 minutes. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna create that skin that we were talking about that keeps everything inside and doesn't allow it to boil in the fryer. At that point, we can go ahead and drop this bear claw. When we're frying off any raised, we're looking at 375 as our temperature. This is gonna sit, we're gonna cook one side off, we'll then flip it. We'll then flip it back around and we'll close the lid. Just because it's so big, when you close the lid, you trap the heat in it and it tends to cook it inside more often. We normally don't close the lid, but with something this big and that much dough, you're gonna have to cook it pretty extensively. We should be all the way cooked through. That looks good. And it's gonna sit here for about 1.5 minutes. What that's gonna do is drop all the oil that the bear claw is gonna release. It's gonna drop it, leave it on this tray. We'll then take it over here, set it here for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll take it to the glazing tray. we are going to take our bear claw and we are going to glaze it.
I think we're gonna fill this one up here with some raspberry. Since Sash is one of our favorite friends, we're gonna bump him up to 50 for this one. There we are. Happy birthday, Sash.
Well, donuts are something that Shash, unfortunately, about 5 years ago, he was diagnosed with liver disease, and he's on a lot of medication. And there was a period of time where he wouldn't eat anything. So we tried everything to get him to eat his medication, and donuts were one of the things that he would eat. So we do occasionally put his medication in donuts. It's not a typical bear diet, but he does have liver disease. He's not going to probably live, into his 40s or anything. So every once in a while, a sugar treat is okay, and today on his birthday is a good day for it.
Yeah, what do we have for Shash for his birthday?
Well,
maybe we should whisper. He is right there.
That's true. I don't want to give it away. He does have a special donut that was made just for him, and he also has a salmon cake made by one of our keepers here that hopefully he will enjoy. Yeah.
And so that's great. Shash is right there, and then Gus we've got just right down here a little bit. Tell me a little bit about Gus.
Well, Gus is also an American black bear. He was also an orphan as well. He's much younger. Today he's going to be 6. And he was found up near Flagstaff. Unfortunately, his mom was hit by a car. So similar situation where he was an orphan, about 3 months of age, unable to be out on his own. So we brought him here to take care of him. So he's much younger and still quite active, where Shash just does mostly sleeping and eating, and that's his day. Gus will still climb around and explore things and play with things. You know, the bears around here, they don't hibernate. It doesn't get cold enough. There's not snow covered in on the ground for months at a time, so they don't completely shut down. Instead, they go into what's called torpor. So it's a slowed metabolic state, but they still get up at least once a day to eat, go to the bathroom, drink water, and then they'll go back to sleep. So they're eating quite a bit less than they would in spring and summer, but they're still eating some. So it's not a complete hibernation, but they are much more sleepy, much less active right now, as you can see.
Right. Well, I can definitely see that he notices us right here. So I think he's just going like, hey, what's going on over there?
You know,
you guys talking about me?
It's true. They have an excellent sense of smell as well. So a lot of times they'll use their sense of smell to find things more than their vision. So they could smell for several miles. So before we were even coming up, especially with the wind blowing this direction, he could kind of get our sense of, he could get our scent, and he knows that you're not people that maybe I've seen before, or if we bring up, for example, when we bring his food up, he smells it coming and he starts kind of getting a little interested. So they definitely will smell things, and that's one of the ways they can avoid conflict out in the wild. They're going to smell humans, or especially if you have dogs with them, they're going to smell that around and they're going to head the other direction. They really don't want to cause any conflict.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shash. Happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you for joining us here at the Prescott Heritage Park Zoo. That does it for us here, but stay tuned because right after the break, we've got a special engagement at the Yavapai Humane Society. Stay tuned.
Violet was very nervous when she came to us, and she found her perfect counterbalance in Oreo. Let's start with Mr. Oreo. Do you, Oreo, take Violet to snuggle and to play in naps and after vet visits? To share your chew toy at play and your dog bed at rest? He does. And do you, Violet, take Oreo to snuggle and play in naps and after vet visits? To share your chew toys at play and your dog bed at rest? She does. All right. Sometimes love finds you in the strangest places, and I think that these guys, both ending up here in the shelter with us, they were just meant to be together.
Okay, so I'm here with Elizabeth Haugen with the Yavapai Humane Society. Elizabeth, how did this all come about?
Actually, it was a team effort. I wish I could say I was the genius mind behind it, but I was not.
Well, you could still say that.
I guess I could claim it. No, what happened is we get together each week as a team and we talk about different ideas to help find homes for our pets here at the shelter. And we knew Oreo and Violet were a great pair. Our behavior team discovered that they really did well together and they made each other happier. And so we thought, what could we do to help promote them and help them find a home together? And we thought, Valentine's Day is coming up. Let's give them a wedding. And that is really how it came about. It was a brainstorming effort here with a team of people that care a lot about these pets.
Yeah, and the turnout here has been amazing for the first ever dog wedding here in probably Prescott, I'm guessing.
I think that's fair to say. It's definitely the first dog wedding of the Humane Society, and I would guess that it's probably one of the first weddings, if not the first, here in the Prescott area. It's definitely my first dog wedding.
Mine too.
So it's a lot of fun. I really love that everybody came out to celebrate with us. It's good to think about the wonderful things that are going on and to stop for a minute and appreciate all of the good in the world. And this is one of those days when we can stop and enjoy what's good.
Well, Elizabeth, thank you so much for letting us come here. That does it for us here at Prescott Animal Corner. Stay tuned for next time. Who knows what we're going to do then. Thank you so much. Yay.